Hi everyone, how you doing today? Hope you're having a good one. Hey, listen, welcome back to my channel. We're going to talk about the difference between this vehicle and the Aptera and maybe weigh some pros and cons. And so we're going to get into this right now. Welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you here. We can see that this vehicle right here actually looks very similar to the Aptera. And so actually what we're going to do is we're going to let Elon Musk explain what this vehicle is, just in case you've been hiding under a rock and don't know what's going on in the world right now. So let's listen to Elon Musk as he explains the robo taxi.
We'll move from supervised full self-driving to unsupervised full self-driving, where the car, you could fall asleep and wake up at your destination. So, uh, but there's also a challenge for a lot of people that cars cost too much. I mean, when you factor in everything that goes into a car and the car insurance and the car payments and the storage of the car, it's very expensive. So with, and you said like how many hours a week are cars used? Your average passenger car is only used about 10 hours a week out of 168 hours. So the vast majority of the time, cars are just doing nothing. But if they're autonomous, they could be used, I don't know, 5 times more, maybe 10 times more. So you could actually, for the same car, would have 5 times as much value, maybe 10 times as much value. There's 168 hours in the week, and like I said, only 10 of them are used for driving. So, and then a bunch of those hours are looking for a parking spot, which is, can be pretty annoying at times. So we want, with autonomy, you get your time back. This is a very big deal. So it's not just it'll save lives, like a lot of lives, and prevent injuries. I think we'll see autonomous cars become 10 times safer than a human. I mean, if you think of times past where there used to be an elevator operator in every elevator, but once in a while they get tired and they accidentally shear somebody in half, So now we have automated elevators. You just get in an elevator and you press a button, and you don't even think about it. And it just takes you to the floor. And if you did see an elevator operator with a big relay switch, you'd be like, that's weird. Now that's how cars will be. And it's not just the lives saved in injuries, but if you think about the cumulative time that people spend in a car and the time that they will get back, that they can now spend, well, I guess on their phones or watching a movie or doing work or whatever you want to do. You can think of the car in an autonomous world as being like just a little lounge. You're just sitting in a comfortable little lounge, and you can do whatever you want while you're in this comfortable little lounge. And when you get out, you will be at your destination. So, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So in fact, I think the cost of autonomous transport will be so low that you can think of it like individualized mass transit. The average cost of a bus per mile for a city, not the ticket price because that is subsidized, but the average price is about $1 a mile. Whereas the cost of cybercab, we think probably over time, from the operating cost is probably going to be around 20 cents a mile. And price, including taxes and everything else, probably ends up being 30 or 40 cents a mile. So yes, and you will be able to buy one. Yes, exactly. And we expect the cost to be below $30,000.
So interesting here. Elon Musk is bringing out a lot of positive things about the robo taxi and how you can get like well, 46 cents a mile, and how you could just go to sleep on your way to your destination. You could watch a movie, read the newspaper, do business work, or work for your job. So, I mean, it has a lot of pluses. This vehicle, no doubt, will be really good for if you are in the city, but there's a lot of cons that go with that too. What if somebody tears your car up just because they can? They're the only ones that's sitting in there. Or somebody gets sick in your vehicle, or somebody leaves something, or somebody just vandalized the vehicle. There's several things that you have to consider. Uh, of course, there are a lot of people that will pay for a cyber cab, and you can make a good bit of money off of it. So the vehicle will pay for itself. So that's really good. And you still have to charge it up. But with the Aptera is really good too because it's more aerodynamic, energy efficient. It only has three wheels. It will get power from the sun. You could just recharge it up that way. And you may never have to charge it up at all because you could just park it in the sun, especially if you drive less than 40 miles a day and you live in a very sunny area. Then the average commuter only drives about 30 miles a day. So, I mean, if you have an Aptera, your vehicle will be right there. Of course, the Cybercab will be right there too if you don't rent it out. You could just have it for your own vehicle to drive you to and from places if you want that. But I don't know. That's a lot of things that you have to weigh out the pros and cons. For me, I would rather have my vehicle next to me and at a moment's notice, if I need it, I can go ahead and use it. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Once again, it's just something that you have to weigh out the pros and the cons, what works best for you. For me, my money's going with the Aptera. And he said it's not coming out until late 2026. So Aptera is coming out in 2026. So we'll just have to wait and see which one gets out first and see how it goes. But of course, with the robo taxi, there's still a lot of the laws and regulations that each city is going to have and each state is going to have. The self-driving robo taxi is going to have to require, and they're just going to have to be able to set each robo taxi up for those laws and regulations that's going to be set up in those different states and cities. And that may delay the robo taxi from coming out as well. But either way, like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm going to wait for the Aptera. I know it's coming out, and that's what I have my money on. But anyway, it's all up to you, whatever you decide you want to go with. So we're going to give a shout out to my patrons. You guys, thank you very much. I appreciate all that you do. If you're new here, hit the like and ring the bell, subscribe, and you catch all my videos when they come out. So right here, we're just going to say adios. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.